The awesome thing about fossil hunting is you can go to the same place for 5-6 years and then suddenly someone finds something new there. Tyler found this piece of trace fossil. This is from the old ocean floor. Like, this is what the ocean floor looked like at that site 10 million years ago, which is crazy. This is mind-blowing. Look at that. You can see the ripples in the sand. It's so amazing. These are the ripples that were on the bottom of the ocean 10 million years ago. And you can actually see all the little tracks of something that walked through there. That is just mind-blowing. On the back there are some different ones. So you can see there's maybe a crab was walking around there. There's definitely some crab-looking footprints in there. And a good trace fossil like this is super rare. For example, we've got hundreds or maybe even thousands of moa skeletons that's been found in New Zealand, but less than 10 really good trackways of the moa. The moa were those giant birds that went extinct about 500 years ago. And what makes something like this really special is that you can tell what the animals were up to, because you can compare these tracks to modern animals to see what they are, and it can tell you about the environment. The size of these ripples can tell you how deep it was, what the wave action was like, so you can get quite a bit of information from it. Whereas if you find a bone, you can tell you a lot about the animal, but doesn't always tell you about the environment like something like this does, which is just, there's so much information in here. You can look at, the tracks of whatever walked around here, and then you can see if there's other tracks of other animals, and then those two animals interacted. Well, Tyler and Kamen have given me a rough idea of where to go look for these ocean floor ripples, and it's rainy and cold outside and I'm a little bit ill, but man, let's go find one of these. Hey everyone, just got down to the beach now. Got a bit of a cold or something, so I'm going to take it pretty easy today, so my voice goes, sorry about that. But I've already found my first fossil. I've barely started. I was coming to look at this area here where there's some new rocks, and on my way there I saw this really weird shaped rock, and on the edges you can see those are legs sticking out there. So that is a really big fossil crab. Oh, actually there's one underneath it too. Yeah, there's one underneath that one. Let me just get this camera set up. Okay. Yeah, so we've got this really big one over here, really big fossil crab, and then a tiny fossil crab underneath it. See the claw over there? It's only a partial. Yeah, this is a bigger one. Something weird going on with the concretion. It's a very weird shape. But there are the legs on the other side. 1, 2, 3, and I think that's 4. So just the tips of the legs there. And there are the other legs. I still have a ways to go, so I'm going to leave this one here. I'll collect it on the way back if I can find it again. But yeah, that's a really good start. 2 crabs on top of each other. Look at this huge piece of travertine. That would look nice in someone's bathroom, because they make tiles out of this stuff. Calcium carbonate that precipitates often around plant matter. You can see kind of where the little bits of the plant were. Over there. And you sometimes get fossil crabs from Italy that is in travertine like this. So always keep an eye out. Look at these little hollows. See this things in there. One day we'll find a tiny little crab in there. Look at that beautiful nautiloid down there. It's one of those iron pyrite fool's gold ones. It's kind of next to that finger looking piece of fool's gold. Just zoom in on it. There you go. That is beautiful. It's so complete. Look at that. I think that's probably the best one I've found. That looks so much like a finger. I assume it's like a burrow or something this is filled in. Yeah, that's creepy looking. Just had a quick look around and found some more iron pyrite little bits. This one's super shiny. This one's full of little bits of flabellum, I think. And then 2 gastropods, shells. I think that's a piece. It's not as pretty as the ones they found, but yeah, you can see there's some ripples going on there. The one Tyler found had some really cool like trackways on it. Can't see anyone. Yeah, that's cool. Really glad I found this piece. Yeah, it's really thin. Look at that. It's very thin. That'll be easy to carry. I'll just have a quick look, see if I can find another piece now that I know what to look for. Yeah, that's really cool. I managed to find another piece of the sediment, the ocean floor, and you can see it's got the ripples in there. And this one's got some little trackways. There's something walked around there, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a few trackways over there. Why did it have to be such a thick rock though? I'll see how my legs feel because it's still a long way back. It's very cool though. Always stash it for next time. Remember I was talking about travertine and how you can sometimes find crabs in it? This piece has got a shell in it. Power shell. Never seen that. I was super stoked with finding those ripples, those bits of ocean floor. So I decided to call it a day. The weather was just getting worse and I wasn't feeling the best. And I had a huge hill to carry these rocks up. Look at all the trace fossils on this piece. There's hundreds of little footprints, I think they are. Not sure what they're from. Yeah, there's lots of little footprints in here. Look at those ones. This is in an area where I find all those fossil crabs. So I assume these are little crab footprints. You know, the spiky tip of their leg. You can see the footprints so much better when I shine a light on it, you know, from a very low angle. Just look at that. That's the ocean floor like 10 million years ago. That is just so cool. I was previously wondering if I can use a silicone mold to make a mold of these trace fossils. Last time I found some in the field, those crab prints that I found, they were too big to actually bring back. So yeah, I think let's go practice with that smaller piece, see if it works out. Well, yeah, I've got the ripples, and I'm going to try and make a mold of them using this pinky sill. So it's used for making molds. You've got a part A and a part B. You just kind of put them together, and then we're going to put it over there. You can see I've used some Play-Doh just so it doesn't pour down the edges. So it's going to cure in 20 minutes, and you've got 6 minutes to work with it. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's gone rock hard. Let me see if I can remove it. There's still a few little bits on there that I'll have to clean up. The Play-Doh wasn't the best thing to use, I think. It's kind of stuck to the silicone, but I'll just try and remove that later. But yeah, there's the negative of those ripples. And once I've cleaned that up, then I'll be able to make another copy of that. I've got the negative mold in here, and I've just mixed up some plaster of Paris. So 2 cups of plaster of Paris to 1 cup of water. And let's see if we can get a nice cast of it. That might be a bit watery. Oh no, I've got a bit of a leak at the back here. My form isn't looking like it's ideal. Well, here's the plaster of Paris after a couple of days. It's nice and hard now. It's come out really well. It's got all the same features as the original rock. One thing though is it's got a few tiny bubbles in it where the plaster of Paris didn't set properly. I think when I poured it, or when I mixed it, I didn't mix it well enough. There was still a few little lumpy parts in the plaster of Paris when I poured it out. The bubbles aren't present in the mold over here. So it's definitely crept in when I did the pouring of the plaster of Paris. So if I was out in the field and the fossil was too big, or just in a remote location, I could easily make a really nice replica of it using this silicone. And you'd have a trace fossil that you can make as many copies as you want. So I can now keep making copies of it using this mold. I'm actually going to give it to the university, see if they're interested in it, because they've got a sedimentology class and they're always looking for new trace fossil samples. One thing I've noticed is you can see there's some more layers in here. So I think what you could do is you could maybe make a copy of the top layer and then see if you can split it down one of these layers, and there might be another trace fossil layer inside there, which would be pretty cool. I should definitely cover it in B72 first before I do the mold, because otherwise this is too porous. And it was quite sticky when I tried to remove the silicone. And the silicone did get stuck in a few of these crevices. Thanks so much everyone for joining me on this trace fossil hunt. That was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad we found an awesome piece like that. Just look at all those trace fossils on there. So many. And it's a big piece as well. Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep my eye out for more of these. But yeah, stay safe and I'll see you on the next hunt.